Tenno, this is Mako, and we're gonna go over Banshee. Yes, Banshee Prime. Here I am in my orbiter, and of course I forgot that stupid thing turns on every time I turn on Twitch. Gosh, I gotta figure out how to turn that off. Anyway, back on topic.
In orders, operator?
Just
Is
showed off
that
my
a
Banshee for a
pun?
little fashion frame. Now, I've always called my Banshee Sakura. Not really after the Naruto one, but I guess that could be said too if somebody wanted to go there. Anyway, what an interesting thing I found in terms of fashion frame for you. If using this color palette, man, words this morning are failing me. In the Shamrock section, there's these orangish, goldish color. Now, here's the interesting part. In the sunlight and bright light, it turns silver. In dark, it turns gold. So I thought that was kind of an interesting trick.
Could be more attractive.
So like in the dark you can see, so it's almost like a white gold, but as you get, it shifts and changes colors. Depending on the lighting, it's a different metal type, so I thought that was just so cool. And these little fluffs on her chest keep distracting me. Anyway, so I tried to go with a soft pink light effect. Trying to go with that, kind of this platinum, white gold mix look into that. I've always used pink with her because I always thought of it as the samurai concept. If you're unfamiliar with samurais and why they have subas that are the shape they are, one of the concepts is there are a leaf or a cherry blossom petal, and they fall just as quickly as they're up, you know, made. Anyway, we're gonna go head to Pluto. My patented whatever Umbra themed prime ship. No, I don't have a problem, especially when Umbra comes. Now, for Banshee, I've been seeing a lot of the same build, and none of them are similar to mine, so I'm not sure how to react to that. Am I building mine right? Am I not? I assume I am because I'm dealing hundreds of millions of damage, so, and I survive where others don't, so I don't know if it's survival versus damage builds or whatnot. Not sure how I can put that kindly. Not that they're not fun to try. I've tried Quake builds. That's what I've been predominantly seeing is people doing Quake builds, and they started telling me that they were doing about 33,000 damage per second. So I said, that's nice, but I deal about 8 million. So, or plus, in truth. So let's amp up these enemies, shall we? Now, for those of you not aware, my controller is broken, so I cannot bullet jump to save my life right now. Because the bumper, oh my gosh, it actually worked. The bumper is, like right there, I'm like beating on this thing. And it's not doing anything. So, yeah. Basically all I can flip. Call me the magical flipsy Banshee, I don't know. My controller broke, so I set my other one in, and my current one is my original Xbox One one, and it is now broken as well, so not that I'm hard on controllers or anything. Aha! Cheat my way up here. Parkour 1.0. Okay. Now let's stop messing around and simulate some stuff. So with Banshee, I have my Telos Boltor. I keep wanting to call this Boltus. I know. Not the Boltus. Just innately, I'm just quick drawing to say Boltus for some reason. Now, for Banshee, there's a huge synergy with the Redeemer. Now, you may be seeing this and be like, that's nice, but it doesn't do much. But here's the thing. If you have her third powers augment with sonar, you can do some crazy finisher damage because it is a melee, even if you do a ranged attack. And this is just gonna keep amping up. Now, if I had my other controller, I could rapidly do this better at aiming, but I cannot because I do not have paddles on this piece, POS controller. But I mean, as you can see, I'm just doing a ridiculous amount of damage. Now, Now, here's the thing that I and anybody else will go into details is there is what are called AoE builds, and then there are, you know, direct single target massive damage. That's what my build revolves around. I have a shortened duration, or I keep my duration up sometimes. It depends on what I feel like playing that day. But overall, the Redeemer plus Sonar's Augment, Silence's Augment, I'm sorry, plus, well, Sonar, second power's Augment as well, rapidly buffing up the damage. You can deal an insane amount. So let's go into the details before I ramble off and forget what I'm doing. I need more coffee. Anyway, one Forma. Yes, that's right, I actually put a Forma into something. Well, an edited D slot, so. Anywho, just the basic rundown. Resonance throws a bunch of spots of this sonar. Sonar amps up damage, multiplied. Savage Silence amps up that damage further by 300%. When you combine that with the Redeemer doing its charge attack and with bullet dance where you can just rapidly blast that, well, overall, a couple millions of damage as you saw. Now, I initially used to use snipers with her, but I find I just wanted to mess with the Telesbolt, or... I didn't say it that time. Now, I find the Asthma works well with her because I use Growing Power. I just build the Asthma for crit. Yeah, crit and status a little bit. And by crit, I mean I have... How do all the crosshairs on? Yes, no form on this sucker. Ha ha ha. Why? Because 90% of the time I never find Forma. I am in a multi-year drought of Formas. Do not ask me. I think recently I found one. I was all happy. Sometimes I'll find two and it feels so special. Now, for those of you not aware, Growing Power is a aura, and this aura is triggered by a status effect. When the status effect is proc, you will gain 25% power strength. As such, it only lasts for a few seconds, but during that time, anything cast, such as Silence or Sonar, will keep that up. So anything cast, such as those Sonars that are popped over there, also, the Redeemer can stun lock everything, cause ragdoll. Rush the Y. Now, as you can see, I like this because not only does it amp me up, it amps up the Sonar, and the Sonar keeps spreading. You can also stack them over each other, because Banshee P has some great, you know, kind of power. I only have Streamline on her. Ooh. That would have actually wrecked me before, so... Yeah, her armor buff's actually really nice. Also, with Life Strike, you can heal yourself from a distance, as I will now attempt to do. Now, I have Rage on this because whenever I get damage like that, I then get, you know, energy. Pretty effective, so then I just got more energy back than the amount I lost in terms of health, and I quickly get health back. Now, if you're doing this with this weapon, do not do that except for emergencies. Like, oh man, I'm about to die. If you use this combo, you can just do one hit and get, you know, one cost. Doing pellets, each pellet will charge and cost you, well, energy. So keep that in mind if you're using Life Strike with that. Haha, made it. Now, let's look at the Redeemer. I do use Weeping Wounds on it, so as I progress with my combo count in direct correlation to Drifting Contact, it will buff up my stats. Do I really need this? No. Something you could do also is like mod this so you can get Blood Rush. Blood Rush amps up crit chance, so more and more crit chance, just a little helpful. Overall, I haven't really seen a wrong way to set this up. I did try gas, but I found gas didn't work as effective as corrosive and heat in terms of with what the Redeemer actually puts out. I was actually dealing more damage with this setup, even though with a gas build with Banshee is really nice because she makes everything silence, and number one, the Redeemer is silence to begin with. Doing this would grant gas procs that did a lot of damage, especially if you had Sonar Point Sun. Now, those sonar points did help buff up the damage, but overall wasn't a great thing. So I still find this as quiet, I would say, as painting a flippin' target onto your back. And I'm putting that mildly. I think she would say that more colorfully than me. This is still fun, and if you're using a quick build, there's nothing wrong with that. But overall, I find that's just more useful for CC if you're going to do a wide range build. Stacking up with, say, oh, I don't know, Resonating Quake, or whatever it's all called, that buffs up the damage, but that is now capped at 20 times damage buff, so keep that in mind. So, thanks for watching, Tenno, and I hope this helped you set up your Banshee.